Everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look into one of the option that's available in the Microsoft Global Secure Access, which is the Microsoft Entra Insights and Analytics, which is in the preview right now. So, for the people who are not aware of the Microsoft Global Secure Access, of course, most of them are aware about it right now. That's the one of the offering that's coming from the Microsoft that falls under the category SSE, which is the Secure Service Edge. If you talk about SSE, of course, it's a combination of zero trust network access, the CASB, and also the secure web gateway, which is wrapped into one solution that's been implemented by most of the organization right now. That helps you in giving a better visibility about the usage of the apps in your organization and giving a better network security control. So from the endpoints. So today, like we're going to look into the insights and analytics. This is one of the offering that's coming from the global secure access, the Microsoft SEC solution, and we are going to see like how this is going to help you in managing the enterprise applications in a very better way. So let's break down what are the each section means and how it can use to improve the governance and security in your organization. So the first and the foremost thing, like if you look into the dashboard, like of course you need to come into the global secure access, and then you need to have the few of the uh, clients onboarded into the global secure access program, and then you see their visibility over here. So when you click on the insights analytics, it has three sections: the application count, the application usage distribution, and the application usage trend. So if you look into the application count, obviously you see two categories: the total private applications and total cloud applications. In my case, it's 108 is the total cloud applications. The difference what you see between the private and the cloud applications is the private application is something like a app ID, or the app that you have registered in your Entra ID tenant, and the Entra ID tenant is used for the authentication purpose, and that is not probably available externally to the world. So it's a private application. For example, you can talk about an internal HR system or any internal application which is not supposed to be exposed to the internet. So those are the private applications. In my case, I don't have any, so that's the reason you see the count as zero. And the total cloud applications is something like a SaaS application, which is already present in the market, for example, in the Azure Marketplace, and then, or for example, you talk about Office 365. So those kind of applications you will be able to see here. And in my case, like there are 108 applications. So this is the application count. So here you see the total number of private and the cloud applications, and then you would be able to see like any new discovered applications in the segment. In my case, I have zero. So that's the reason we don't see anything. So the next one is the application usage and trend. So this donut chart, if you see here, that shows you the trend graph. Like this shows the application usage distribution. In my case, it's like 5,000 transactions from the cloud apps. Yeah. In my case, there is no private apps in use. So that's the reason, yeah, which it shows like the private application zero. So this trend graph on the right side, if you see here, it shows the application usage over the time. Like for example, you can spot like peaks and drops where the application usage is being utilized. So this helps to identify the patterns or the anomalies that's happening. For example, a sudden spike might indicate that heavy usage, or even it can be a kind of any suspicious activities. So these three things are really helpful, especially if you are using global secure access. So coming down into the usage trends, like if you scroll down, there are categories for private and the cloud applications. So let's talk about the cloud application sections. So here, it's a little bit of interesting. You'd be able to drill down further and identify what are the kind of the usage that's been used. Like for example, here, let's start. Okay, so in the cloud applications, you see. I'm just going to pick the Microsoft Online Services. It has category, risk score, users, devices, transactions, and bytes. So, for example, the Microsoft, let's talk about the Microsoft Windows update. So, here it says one user. So, when I click on that particular user, then I'll be able to see which user, the traffic type, the transaction, and the send bytes. In my case, I have just onboarded one user into the global secure access, and that's the reason you see the less number of transaction and the bytes. So you also be able to see the usage. For example, in the usage when the peak traffic was present, and like you'll be able to see more information. So this also helps a lot in identifying any sudden spike of activity that happening specifically on a particular application. And the next thing, like if you want to look more into this, this is very interesting. For example, if you want to look into the Gen A apps that's been used, there is a toggle switch always yeah, like the Gen A, the MCP servers, all kind of the A options which is used in your organizations, you'll be able to see them. So in my case, like have only the Microsoft Security Copilot and the users. So here I'm just clicking on the users. I've just sent one Copilot transaction. Like I've sent 8 transactions, and you see the sent bytes is like for 40 bytes. So these are the information you'll be able to see, and also the usage. Obviously, you can also see the usage for the AI apps. And the next one is like the risk score, which is interesting, which is also good. Like for example, if you click on the risk score, let me show you. That was nice. Okay, so when you click on the risk score, basically you'll be able to see that particular app, like how secure it is, compliance terms. If you see here in the risk security, you see like what are the security risk factors, what are the the issues that you see here, and the compliance you will be able to see like it's compliant to HIPAA, ISO 27001, like PCI, all these things you see, and also the legal parts you also see like all the other options that you will be able to see for that particular SaaS applications that's available generally in the market. So, if you ask me, like, why this matters, because visibility is the first steps to security. With this particular dashboard, you'll be able to identify the risky apps, monitor the usage trends, and obviously you'll be able to take the protective actions to protect the environment. Especially for organizations adopting AI tools, even for example, you talk about the Copilot. This is very crucial for compliance and governance part. So I see like this is really helpful for organizations that's definitely using the global secure access. And the last but not the least, which I wanted to highlight is like already most of the organization is using the Defender for Cloud apps for the better governance. So if you combine the Defender for Cloud apps along with these insights and analytics, obviously you would be able to look into the app usage, the risk scores and trend. And after that, in the Defender for Cloud apps, you'd be able to enforce the policies, monitor the risky behaviors, and that helps you in doing a better security and governance of a product. So you need to have this insights and analytics along with the Defender for Cloud apps. The combination of these two is definitely going to help you a lot in a better security and governance. So that's a quick walkthrough of the Microsoft Entra Insights and Analytics preview. If you have any feedback on this, feel free to comment, and let's see you in the next video.